everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, September 24th. Now, on our show today, we have a third update with Annie McCary, and she's going to tell us all about some interesting information regarding some alteration issues, as well as some other things. And then we talked to Dr. Joshua Cohen from the City of Hope, and he's going to talk to us a little about the new facility that they have built just right here about 10 minutes away on the old El Toro base in the Great Park area. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we are looking at very hot conditions this weekend. We're looking at 89-72 today, 88-71 on Sunday, and then 89-71 on Monday. So it is going to be very warm this weekend. And if you are traveling, take a look at these numbers. Very warm across the board, but pleasant. So 80-70, 81-69, 81-64. If you're going to Palm Springs, it's very hot, 106. Tahoe, Big Bear, and Mammoth, all in the 70s, but in overnights, a little chilly, 44, 47, and 39. And then Las Vegas, 99. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:40, and our sunset will be at 6:45. And our joke of the day: why can't your nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. So there you go, that's more like a fact. All right, when we come back, we will have Annie McCary with the third update, so stick around.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the center of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
It's about trust.
How do you comfort a family who's experienced a loss? At O'Connor Mortuary, we start by welcoming them into our space, where families of all faiths and cultures belong. We allow them the time to process their grief, providing guidance when it's needed and listening intently when it's not. We gather the values, the stories, the relationships, and the dreams together and use them to shape the memory of their loved one into a beautiful experience they'll cherish forever. When your family is in need of true comfort, call O'Connor Mortuary.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Welcome back. Well, we have Annie McCary here, who's going to give us a third mutual update. Well, welcome. Nice to have you here. How are you?
I'm wonderful, great, and it's so good to be here again.
Well, we appreciate you coming in and giving us the third mutual update. I know you just had a meeting, and so you've got some information for us.
Yes, a lot goes on in the meetings, and it's kind of difficult to give an overview of all of the stuff that goes on.
Right.
So we talked about some of the resolutions, and the Architecture Control and Standards Committee are looking at some of the standards they have in the guidelines for our doors.
Oh.
And the standards haven't been revised for about 4 or 5 years, so there have been some new improvements in the quality of doors and guidelines for doors.
You mean like their front doors?
Like your front door.
Oh, but not the interior doors.
The front door.
The front doors.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right.
And all of this comes under the preview of the Architectural Control and Standards Committee,
Okay.
who meets on a regular basis, and they look at standards and determine if there are some that needs to be revised. And they obviously thought the resolution regarding the doors was a good one to revisit with some new guidelines and
Okay.
some better quality doors.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're talking about here is that the doors are front and talk about a swing door of some
Swing
kind.
door,
Okay.
yes, uh-huh.
All right, interesting. So now we can go into talking about the types of doors, and it looks like there's certain parameters.
Yes, and what the committee has done is they looked at the doors and they added some additional language to include metal doors and other composite materials are also allowed, provided that they meet the current building codes. So they are constantly looking at upgrading based on codes.
Okay, great. So did you want to talk about the type of doors?
Yeah, there are many types of doors. Let's see, I believe the Dutch doors, split doors, double doors, and French doors may be allowed.
That's
like
great. I
yeah.
like those. They're really cool looking. And
Yeah.
they also provide some extra airflow.
Yes, and it's good visual a lot of times because we get people moving in and they move into maybe an older model that hasn't been updated. And of course, they want to have some modern looking doors.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. And then, what about, and then maybe even glass entry door designs?
Yeah, they may be allowed provided they follow the standards set forth. I can't even say it. Installation as required by current California building codes. Again, they're frequently looking at the building codes.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you follow the building code, you can be creative. I mean, there are some things that you can do, but they just have to remember that every time they decide, okay, if you want some sort of a design in your glass, you have to make sure you get it approved first,
Absolutely,
right?
you have to have anything like that has to be approved,
Yeah.
and it might even require a permit, which might require involving the city.
Oh, okay. So it could be
Yeah.
a little expensive if you try to go too fancy.
It could be, yes.
Okay, and then you have a specific door trim, and then, but of course, all costs are borne by the member.
The member,
Okay,
absolutely.
got it.
Yeah.
You guys don't pay for anything.
Well, we do, not for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, not for
So,
fancy
yeah,
stuff. Okay.
Any additions or the responsibility of the owner.
Okay, and then we go on with more kinds, so wood, fiberglass, metal, or vinyl clad. So there's something to be said about the composite of the door, but it pretty much you're leaving it wide open.
And absolutely a lot of flexibility there
Yeah.
with someone.
That's
upgrading their
shocking to me,
home.
actually,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you'd think that they would have a very specific standard, but the fact that you are allowing different types of creativity, I think, is really nice for the
Absolutely,
for the residents.
and again, it's meeting the code standards. So as long as it meet those standards, you have more flexibility.
Okay, I love it. And it says here, exterior doors shall only be allowed, of course, in existing openings.
Exactly.
You can't decide you want to put a door somewhere
Yeah.
else.
You want a
Well,
new
I don't
door.
like that window. I want that to be a door. That's
No,
not acceptable,
No,
right?
you can't do that.
Okay.
That requires a whole lot of permits.
Yes, exactly. Now, here's some great things. You can pick certain colors.
Yes, yeah, and that's our color scheme right there. And when they do the painting, they go around and ask people which of these color codes that you want for your building to be painted. And so we want the doors to be as close to matching the color scheme as possible.
Okay, so if you take a look at, let's just say, for example, the one on the left, we've got a sort of a cream colored door. Is that the door? And then
Yeah.
what's the red and the other little squares next to them?
That's a good question, Lisa. And that's it's still a different color option.
Oh, okay. So
all
those are like pattern, different kinds.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are all
Of
different
palettes, I
colors.
guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Palette, that's the word I
palettes.
was
Yeah.
thinking.
So that's actually nice. You can have lots of different choices.
Absolutely, and actually driving down the streets and stuff, it's really nice to see, all of the homes looking pretty much the same. And I guess if you go to any homeowners association, that's what you're going to find.
Well,
is
exactly.
Consistency.
But that might be hard if you only know your number and you can't find your house. It's like, oh, wait, I thought that was my house. It looks exactly. It's like having white cars.
Oh,
You
yeah.
try to find your car and they all look the same.
You're trying to get in someone else's car. It's happened to me numerous times.
Yes, I just did that.
But
it was lovely.
the good thing about what we're talking about is the numbers on the manors now are much bigger bigger, so they're easier to see, so you can't get too lost. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
and then
good.
the other thing is everybody has nobody has the same address. So if you're on San Amadeo, you're on San Amadeo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you want to make sure, right? You don't want to be knocking on somebody else's door, that's for
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
Well, this is good information. I like you said, the flexibility. It seems like, I like the fact that you have a situation where the residents can be a little bit more creative rather than, what made you guys kind of do that? Are you getting questions from residents or requests from them?
Sometimes it's driven by request, and sometimes what the committee does is they just review the standards. And when building codes change, they might need to update the standards to meet the building codes.
Okay.
So, but we have a very, very active, involved Architecture Control and Standards Committee.
Yeah.
And a couple of our new members, Jim Cook especially, is coming in with a lot of knowledge and a lot of enthusiasm, and really looking at many of the standards to see how we should be revising them.
And when does this go into effect?
It is on 28-day notice. The board agreed at our last meeting this week, Tuesday, that it's going to be on 28-day notice so that residents can go to the website and make any comments before it comes back to the board at our next meeting for approval.
Okay, and then for them to go to the website, of course, it's the Laguna Woods Village. LagunaWoodsVillage.com, and then they would look under governance, and then they would look under which?
Under Third Mutual.
Under Third Mutual, okay.
And then resolutions.
Resolutions.
And so because it's on 28-day notice, it's in the agenda packet.
Oh, it is, okay.
So there's a lot of information on that in that packet. So just look for the Architecture Control and Standards revision.
Perfect, and they can make comments as they see fit for them.
Absolutely, and then they can call into the board at our next board meeting with their comments, or they can send an email, and the emails will be read at the board meetings.
All right, perfect. And when are your board meetings again?
We meet the third Tuesday of the month. Third Tuesday.
Third and third. That's easy to remember.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Of course, if you have any comments or questions about this, you can always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org, and it will be directed to the appropriate person. We'll be right back.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first two buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. With 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
We are the first light after a cancer diagnosis.
The illuminated entry point to life-saving cancer therapies and novel treatments
often sought by the rest of the world.
We are a dedicated team of more than 400 physicians
and 1,000 scientists and researchers.
We are cancer-focused, but human-centric.
We are thousands of breakthrough discoveries.
We are where cancer stops
and life keeps on getting lived.
The future of cancer treatment is here.
Welcome back. Well, today we have Dr. Joshua Cohen here, who's here on behalf of the City of Hope. Well, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Lisa?
I'm great. And we were so lucky to have gone to the new facility during the media tour, and it's just enormous and gorgeous. And the fact that they could get it done in the amount of time that they got it done. So you're new to the facility. What do you think?
It's amazing. City of Hope, Orange County is a true cancer center for the future. And I'm so lucky to be a part of it. I am new to City of Hope, but I'm not new to Orange County.
Yes.
I grew up here, and so it's wonderful to be home.
Well, let's talk about your history. You have been at UCLA recently, and then where did you do your studying?
I did my OB/GYN residency at UC San Francisco in the Bay Area. Before that, I was at Northwestern Medical School in Chicago with my identical twin brother, Seth, who's a urologist. And I went to UCLA for my gynecologic cancer fellowship. And I stayed on there as a faculty member. As a faculty member there, I always wondered why people from Orange County come to see us at UCLA. And it was clear to me there was a need for cancer care. And when City of Hope reached out that they were building a new state-of-the-art cancer center with all the supportive services in Orange County, to me it was a no-brainer to join.
And I like the way that you referred to it as the future of cancer treatment, because it is remarkable the amount of equipment they have, and just the facility, like you said, is state of the art.
It's truly integrated patient care. We have we hired 24 new physicians, people who are experts in all cancers, including gynecologic cancer and supportive services. So for patients who not only have active cancer, but are at risk for cancer, previvors, survivors, patients who have bladder incontinence, complications from cancer care. We have urologists dedicated to those issues with pelvic organ prolapse, people dedicated to physical therapy associated with the rehabilitation needed to survive cancer treatments. So truly a patient-centered approach.
So you mentioned that you were also an OB/GYN. So of course, when I think of OB/GYN, I think of delivering babies, helping women with, their pap smears and all those other things that go along with your yearly exams. Did you do that prior to your cancer stuff?
I did an OB/GYN residency, so delivered many babies. Being an identical twin myself, I have a very close niche for high-risk pregnancies. I have fraternal twins myself.
Oh, no kidding.
With my wife, Jackie. And so I love that aspect of it. But what drew me to gynecologic cancer care was the relationships you develop with patients. Sadly, here in the U.S., 100,000 women this year will be diagnosed with a gynecologic cancer. Every 5 minutes, someone is diagnosed with a gynecologic cancer, and we can do better. Our field is unique. As a gynecologic oncologist, I get to do both the surgeries and the infusions. So chemotherapy, immunotherapy, targeted agents. And there are some really happy moments. There are some challenging moments, but it's been an honor to be on that journey with patients. And so I miss the obstetrics a little bit, but I'm so grateful to be in a world of gynecologic cancer, to meet truly inspiring women who are dealing with very challenging issues.
Exactly. And you mentioned well, let me just ask you this. So HPV is a big deal. And of course, many of us are older and we didn't know about it. And so now you really don't get that shot anymore. Or do you still get that?
You do. A couple things there. So with Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month, we're trying to get the word out about preventative measures to prevent cancer. The HPV vaccine has been well studied and clearly prevents women from developing chronic HPV infection. We know that chronic HPV infection is a risk factor for cervical cancer, among other cancers. At the City of Hope, Orange County, we specialize in seeing patients who have pre-invasive conditions, so abnormal pap smears, chronic HPV infection. And so we can really help patients do quite a bit to prevent HPV infection from turning into cancer. But the most important thing is getting vaccinated, children getting vaccinated. My daughter and son are 8. We're going to get them vaccinated at the appropriate age. But a well-studied vaccine. In addition to HPV, other risk factors include age. Sadly, as we get older, we are at risk for more cancers, in addition to obesity, smoking, and family history. The other thing about Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month is to really, this is the time, whether you're a woman or your husband reached out to your spouse, know your family's history. We don't often talk about what grandma or grandpa passed away from, but pancreatic cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, these are all predispositions with links to potential mutations that you inherit from your family that could increase your risk of gynecologic cancer. And so really important to know that history. With all of these interventions and discussing things, we can really do a lot to prevent these cancers from developing.
Well, and of course, the reminder is make sure you always have your yearly exam, because that's pretty much where you're going to notice something, right? Because otherwise, how would you know yourself?
You're exactly right. And so what I would say to people listening is be in tune with your body, advocate. We as healthcare providers want you to communicate with us. We want to hear from you. If you're having pain, bleeding, bloating, urinary frequency, pelvic organ prolapse, reach out to your primary OB/GYN, reach out to your internal medicine doctor. Call us at City of Hope Orange County. We'll help. We want to help. We're new here, but we know we can make a difference.
Now, you've already started to see patients now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you work pretty much every day or Monday through Friday or?
Every day. I give patients my pager number. My wife probably is a little irritated by that, but it's just want to keep the lines of communication open. We believe in a truly integrated approach. An example of that is I mentioned my brother is a urologist and he specializes in pelvic organ prolapse, pelvic pain, interstitial cystitis. We can see patients on the same day who have those conditions, and so patients don't have to go multiple locations to multiple providers.
Right.
We can provide an integrated care plan for patients with these issues, but we see patients Monday through Friday. We operate on the weekends if needed, whatever we need to do to help patients.
That's great. And then you are also, well, you're the medical director of this particular area, the Gynecological Oncology Surgery Center, is that correct?
I'm the medical director of the Gynecologic Cancer Program.
Okay.
What that means is that I'm responsible for building our cancer program here in Orange County for ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, vaginal cancer, vulvar cancer. We have innovative clinical trials. We have survivorship programs. We have the latest and greatest surgery options. So everything we want to offer, which again is one of the reasons I came to City of Hope Orange County, to provide the level of care here that we want every patient to experience. And 20% of people in Orange County were leaving Orange County to get that care elsewhere.
Right.
We don't want them to leave. We want them to stay here and see us at City of Hope Orange County if they need to.
Now that's always been the case. Every time we've talked to somebody from City of Hope, it's always been, we want to make sure that you don't have to drive 2 hours to go to Duarte or go up somewhere to Los Angeles, even farther for that. And this is why you are where you are. So excellent. Well, welcome back to Orange County.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me on the show. I would tell people who are listening for Gynecologic Cancer Awareness Month, please advocate for yourselves. Give us a call if you want to be seen. It's 1-888-333-HOPE is the number. But just know that we're here for you, and I thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome. You're easy. He just knows his stuff. Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here.
Likewise. Thank you.
If you want more information about what we have just discussed, you can always go to cityofhope.org/OC. We'll be right back.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials, at 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio, or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Hearing is part of your foundational health. Having the best hearing you can affects every aspect of your life. Hearing is related to your balance, your memory, your communication, and your overall positive well-being. Hi, I'm Ann Mundell-Noel, owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, my passion is to give you the best hearing health available based on your individual needs. Call us today to schedule an appointment. We're located in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
Saturday movie is called Experimenter, and that is starring Peter Sarsgaard and Winona Ryder. You can see that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without. That is brought to you by Hogue. And then on Monday, the movie is a very interesting one called Mr. and Mrs. Bridges. This is an oldie but a goodie. Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward. You can see that at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without, brought to you by Memorial Care. Just a few announcements. We've got the California Club that's going to be having a dinner dance on the 27th. You can get more information from them by going to the California Club of LagunaWoodsVillage.com, or you could always call Carol, 860-463-6111. That will be on September 27th at 5:15 at Clubhouse 5. Then we have a very fun classic cars and pancakes. That is going to be at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and that is in conjunction with Agewell and our ever-famous car club. So enjoy that on October 15th, and you can get all the information by checking out our website, LagunaWoodsVillage.com. Let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at very warm skies this weekend. We are going to be in the high 80s. It's going to be very warm. We are looking at 89, 72, 88, 71, and 89, 71. If you're traveling, take a look at these numbers. It looks quite pleasant at the beaches and fairly mild in the mountains. However, Palm Springs is 106 and Las Vegas 99. Have a great day in the village and a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you again right here on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Has hearing others been more difficult lately? If so, it might be time to look into hearing aids. But how do you know which hearing aid is right for you? At Hearing Remedy, we offer a free hearing aid test drive, a hassle-free way to find the perfect hearing aid for you, a no-pressure process that truly puts you in the driver's seat. Here's how it works. Contact Hearing Remedy to schedule an initial hearing evaluation. We'll check your hearing, and if the results show that you could benefit from hearing aids, we will fit them to you the same day with no commitment or deposit required. Take them for a test drive around the house, out on the town, and any place that you typically have trouble hearing. Come back in a week, and if it's not improving your life, we'll fit you with another hearing aid until we find the perfect one for you. It's really that easy. Call Hearing Remedy to schedule your risk-free hearing aid test drive today.
I'm so happy to recommend Dr. Fairmond. I've been going to her for 9 years. She's done implants, crowns, bridges, root canals, and I've been happy with everything that she's done. The staff is so friendly and pleasant, kind, and gentle. I would recommend her to anyone.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
We are close to Gate 6 near Snooty Fox Restaurant behind Coco's.